Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at an old Robotech toy I've had for ever. Gosh, I don't know, 15, 16 years at least. Got them new in the package. I'm the only owner, as far as I know. If there was another owner, they kept him in the package, and he's always been in pretty good condition. Now this one's had some issues. This knee, there's just flat out supposed to be a spring in there that holds the kneecap up, like on this side. And that whole assembly piece and everything is just not there. So there's no way to fix that without a whole new leg assembly. But this arm has never extended past that point. So I thought today, as a new episode of Experiments in Toy Repair, or Adventures in Toy Repair I should say, let's go in here and take a look at this arm. Now it's basically just got some screws holding it. The only thing I did to prep for this is I kind of had to use some pliers to hold the screwdriver and kind of give them a slight twist just to loosen them up, you know. Sometimes these screws set in their way and everything, but everything should be loosened up here where I can get in here and we can open this arm up. I'm kind of curious to see why it doesn't extend. You know, is it misglued at the factory? Was it broken? You know, is it stored somewhere that's very hot? Because I know from personal experience, toys I found after decades in my mom and dad's attic, that heat, depending on the kind of plastic, can weld stuff together. So here we go. We got everything loose. Okay. Oh, there we go. And the arm just comes off in one piece. Now, I didn't think about that this decal is holding things together here, but alright, so we've got some gears that have come out and some screws. But nothing down here, so we're going to go ahead and just pull the entire arm apart. Alright, so really not a whole lot to it here. The fist just sits in here in this little groove, slides in like that. Of course, here on the other side we've got this piece here that will flip up a little bit. And then the arm is on this ratchet joint here. Okay. So let's look up here. Now see, we just have this groove that I imagine this is supposed to sit in, and that's how it goes in and out. Now why it doesn't, I guess, is anybody's guess. Because your arm, let's see, should go like this. This should sit right here. And you know, with this one, it may just be the simple fact that I've opened the arm and put it back together. Maybe what'll fix it here. See, but it should go like that. It's never done that since I've had it. So I wonder if maybe part of the gears or something that was holding this is just jamming it up. So let's go ahead and get part of this back together here. So we've got this part here with the fist assembly. So the fist goes in here like this. So it's transformed, this retracts in, and then this cover comes down over it to kind of hide it. Then that should just be covered with this piece here. There we go. I'm going to drop a screw or two into it here to hold it together. Didn't really know if this was going to be the trouble piece or the other piece would be. You know, because it could have, I guess, retracted either way. Okay. Almost back together here. Okay. Now on this side here, we have these two gears. It looks like they just went together like this. And gears are in really good shape. So let's see what's going on in here. Alright, I mean everything fits together here. I would have to assume that that's where those gears go, and then they're just going to sit in these tracks here inside the arm. Something like that, I would imagine. See, that goes together as it should. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of movement there, so I'm not really sure why it's having issues. So, let's take a look here for a moment at the main body of the fighter. And we've got this assembly here. And a gear. Alright. So I guess the question becomes, how does all that go together on the main arm? And then how does it all finalize assembly here? Because unfortunately the way it came apart, I kind of missed a bit of it. Alright, so I'm just taking a moment here to look. Okay, so it looks like here, hopefully this is coming through, you've got this notch here and this part. It looks like the gear sits right there inside the shoulder joint here, and it's going to do the same on this side, and then that goes together, and then that gives you your shoulder joint. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the arm so it's facing backwards so I can take this part off. Alright. Now, that means the arm has to fit in here like this. We've got a gear here, and this gear has two nubs there that look like they lay in this track and just go back and forth. Which is I'm going to have this lay here. So if we put that together, let's see if I can get a better view for you. And this, lay right in there like that. Sorry, looking at it on camera here, trying to coordinate everything wasn't really working here, so let me get that line back up. Okay. So we've got that. Just got to try and coordinate everything back into where it's supposed to go. Which is not so easy when you're on camera. So you've got like an internal ratchet and then an external here. And they are different sizes. So there we go. I had the wrong internal ratchet for the arm. So now this top piece, let's have a gear there. And then pretty much we're going to drop this piece back on top. There we go. We've got everything together. So I'm going to let's see. Oh, crap. There's the problem with being on camera. So I'm going to put it on a brief pause here. Let me put this together and then I will be right back. Hey guys, okay, so I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I had to take a pause here just to kind of play with the joints and see what was going on, not to mention the fact that there was a spring I forgot about that popped out when everything came apart. The spring actually was part of the elbow. I cheated and went ahead and put that together, but really it was just 2 screws and the spring just sat in there with the elbow. So we got that back together. As far as getting all this together then, it's just a matter of lining things up here. And it's basically just taking the arm, which of course, you know, putting the hand out here, you can see it's going to sit this way on the mecha. So we need to put, and I'm dropping everything today, I tell you, it's just not one of those days. Alright, let me pause and get that, oh screw it, this is a screw up part. Okay, so I went ahead and put the forearm together. It was pretty much just the 2 screws. The spring did go in there. Yeah, when I was going to try and put everything together before it kind of flew apart on me, I forgot there was also a spring that we had to account for in this whole mess. So I just wanted to mention that here. So just test fitting here. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be our bottom piece. Now the arm here, it's got that notch there. We got a gear with a notch in it, so it's going to go there. Alright. So, let's see here. We've got our other gear sitting in there. So this peg's going to go through that gear and click on here. There we go. Okay. This is the challenge, holding everything together so we can get it together. Okay, so I'm going to put that arm down for a moment. Now this piece, you can see in here, it indents in to give room for the other gear. That's why both gears are on that side to make the ratchet joint. So this should just come up here and sit on top, but what I'm seeing is the actual shoulder here. You can see in there, once you get this situated, is going to sit over a groove in there. So it's kind of going to go behind that in front of that. And then each side is specially designed to only fit on one piece of plastic here. And all that together, I see. Plus, the piece underneath is different thickness tabs to kind of put everything together here. So let's see. The other side, it's all clear. Trying to decide which side goes where. Okay. There we go. So it's going to fit in there like that. So we've got our complete arm assembly. So the plan then is to lift it up, put it underneath its pot, put the top on so it will hold together. Okay. And this is where it gets very tricky on camera because there are like 50 pieces that all have to be held together here. And I'm doing a horrible job. Alright. There's the real challenge with old toys, is they were never meant to be taken apart. And yet sometimes they have to be taken apart. Okay. Grr. That's all I gotta say about it. It's grr. There's not really a way to have gravity assist in this either that I can figure out myself, so okay. Oh, I think I got it finally. Alright. Now we just got to hold it together long enough to get some screws in it. There. Alright. Alright, well, other than I've got the screw hole on the wrong side to match the other arm, I think we finally got it together. So for the first time since I've owned it, both arms actually extend. So I will call this a win. I'll have to decide to myself whether it's worth it to take that arm apart to put that one piece in backwards to put everything together. But for right now, I'm going to leave it because that was just a pain in the butt to hold everything. So I hope you enjoyed this. You know, keep in mind that these are me learning how to take care of and maintain older toys. So, you know, I leave the screw-ups in and everything so you can see the process. Because I don't think if you have to do this at home, you're going to learn anything if I just show everything and it looks perfectly easy. So hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.